There's not too many years left in him. He's still playing at a great level, but there's not too many years left in him being at his age. So he wants a new contract to set his family up after that. That way he can sit perfectly fine knowing that he got however much towards the tail end of his career. I get that. But again, we could have done this last year. Hey guys, quick cut from the conversation here. We want to thank the sponsor of today's video. Shout out to Profit X. They're America's #1 sports prediction market where users win real money predicting sports in 40 more states. You guys are able to predict sports outcomes, request your own odds for personalized plays, and play against others and get the best odds. Rather than playing against the house, it is a peer-to-peer system where you'll be playing against other players. It makes for better competition, you earn more and risk less. Using their dual currency system, they have the option of profit points or profit cash, which means you can play for fun or play for real while getting the best odds at your own pace. Sign up now to ProfitX.co using the promo code SteelTwins and sign up for a 1.5% back up to $200 on the site. That way you earn more, risk less, and win real money predicting sports. Shout out to ProfitX for sponsoring with us on this video. Now back to the Cam Heyward discussion.
Well, this is the exact quote that Heyward said. He said, "You know how I work, you know how I play. It's all that matters. I have to make a decision for my family. This is a business. I cannot play this game forever. And just like I'm maximized on the field, I want to be maximized outside of it. I want to be taken care of in that way. It's not being greedy. It's just the way this game is."
Oh, it's being greedy.
It's not for long NFL. He kind of, made a joke about that. Not for long NFL. I would tell every guy to maximize their opportunities.
Wow, what great leadership qualities over there from Cameron fucking Heyward, swear jar, with Derek Carmen and Y.A. Black underneath him on the defensive line. What great leadership. What great characteristics to teach the young guys, man. Wow. No, it's being 100% greedy. He's made $130 million over his career. Why does he need more at this stage? He is a captain. He is 36 years old. It's not being disrespectful to Cam Heyward. It's just they've given him what he's earned, and they think they have an understanding, or they thought that Heyward at this stage is obviously the defensive leader. He's a defensive captain. You're going to play out your contract that we gave you, that we requested you to take. That's what leadership does. That's what captains do, right? At this point, I think the captain's C on his jersey should be taken away. I was surprised Chris Boswell wasn't a captain.
I don't know how he's not.
I'd give it to him. I'd give it to Chris Boswell, frankly. I love Cameron Heyward. I'm blessed to say I've seen his entire career. But yeah, what he's doing now, if he misses games, it absolutely tarnishes his legacy.
And it goes back to the comment that he made on his show about the Aaron Rodgers situation before A-Rod finally signed. Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. I got nothing but appreciation for what Cameron Heyward has done as a Pittsburgh Steeler, repping the black and gold, repping that logo, being a part of the Steeler culture.
Not anymore.
But just like the speech about Steeler culture that Troy put out, the exact quote he said, being a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself.
It's in the intro.
It is.
It's in the intro of every live we do.
Heyward's not embodying that. Not anymore. And I get it. He wants to be recognized as one of the top interior defensive linemen in the NFL, which he already is, but pay-wise, he wants to be up there because he's not.
Okay, but
Javon Kinlaw is being paid more than him.
Was Tom Brady ever the highest paid quarterback? According to my recollection, no. He took a pay cut. He didn't always request the highest money at the quarterback market. He took what was offered and helped build the team around him. Everyone else got paid. That's leadership. Hate Tom Brady and the Patriots all you want. They knew what it was about.
Now, Brady, especially at the quarterback position, he put the team first. And that's what Ben did as well in his final season. He took a massive pay cut just to help the team. How much was it he took a pay cut? Was it like $5 million?
$5 million.
$5 million. He took a pay cut. He's like, all right, I hear you. I'll do whatever,
and that helped,
whoever needs done to help this team.
That helped bring Juju back for that last year. Cameron Heyward, yeah, he's 100% being greedy. He can say it's not being greedy. It is 110% being greedy. And if he does miss the game versus the Jets or any game this year in regards to his contract, the Steelers, in my opinion, should trade him. I would hate that it would have to come to that. But if he says he's going to miss games Okay, well, you're going to miss the rest of the season as a Steeler, and we're going to get something out of you in that regard. That's how I see it. But especially since Derek Carman is out for this game, he's hurt. And he's still doing this? Like, we don't have the starting guy opposite Heyward, and Heyward's still like, yeah, I'm probably going to sit out. Or he's thinking about sitting out.
He's still contemplating it, yeah.
Does he actually play? I honestly don't know.
Tomlin expects it. Terrell Austin anticipates it. I'm sure everybody else along the defense and the defensive coaching system anticipates it. Cameron Heyward, he's really going to have to make that choice in less than 48 hours. But this whole situation, again, I am disappointed in Cam Heyward. I am. It's frustrating to listen to. It's frustrating to just write down the notes, bro.
Yeah, just to listen and read and write down what he said.
Like, I get his point of view, but it's like it's not the right time. Considering that last year you signed a contract extension. You were gifted a contract extension. You said, yes, I'll take it.
Well, it's interesting because when he signed the contract, you know, we all thought, oh, that's Cam Heyward's last contract of his career to make him a Steeler for life. At the time, we thought, a year ago, literally a year ago from like today or something. It was literally a year and some change ago that he signed the current contract he's under. It was a couple days right before week 1 versus the Falcons. He signed the contract. It took all offseason, but he finally did it.
Now, who's to say that doesn't happen, say, later tonight, that a rework deal finally gets done and then Heyward does play, or it happens tomorrow before the game and Heyward does play. If it doesn't happen, as a matter of fact, hold on.
We've got 2 words for
Still early in the chat. Always good to see you. How would you feel if he sits out and we lose? I still wouldn't pay him. Frankly, I still wouldn't pay him. I'm sure if that happens, Heyward, in his opinions, be like, oh, well, I got leverage here. We lost because I didn't play. And he's thinking maybe the Steelers might cave. And ultimately, they might if that's the case. But I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't pay him. How much of an increase does he really want?
I don't know. But if a deal doesn't get done on Sunday, does the deal ever get done? Because keep in mind, the Steelers don't usually handle contracts during the season. Not even with insensitives.
Yeah.
They rarely do it. Heyward said himself, he acknowledges that the Steelers don't do it. Just based off their president, they don't do it.
Yeah. And like I mentioned, we thought that the contract he signed literally like a year ago, we thought this was the last contract of his Steelers career. Why didn't he, under that impression, I'm sure the team and Omar Khan, everyone had that impression as well. He could have just asked for the pay raise then and there. I know the team requested for him to take a pay cut, but he could have been like, hey, this might be the last contract I got with you guys. You mind if I get a little insensitive into the contract based off of stats and awards and whatnot? He could have added that. His agent could have added that. Heyward shouldn't be mad at the Steelers. He should be mad at his agent. Because if Heyward knew he was going to be this upset, why accept it?
Especially if he was planning into having an all-pro season.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you just have better negotiations last year?
Or he could have just played out the last year of his contract, his previous contract, before he signed this new one. He could have played it out, and if you had an all-pro season, guess what? The Steelers would have to pay up. Because at that point, Heyward has the leverage. It's either you pay up or I leave. But they had him under contract right before week 1 last year, and they were under the impression, this is it for you. This is your last contract. You're going to honor it. And here he is not, which is very uncaptain of him. It's not very leadership of Cam Heyward.
Quite dishonoring to the Steelers front office, really. And when it comes to Omar Khan, he don't care who you are whatsoever.
He traded Minka. And Minka, for a couple years, was a god to us. Maybe not the past couple years. I don't think that's all entirely his fault, but he traded even Minka. Like, he's not afraid to trade anybody.
No. Like when he first took over, there's only a handful of players when he first took over that is still sticking around. But it goes to show, Khan is not afraid to move you around, to get rid of you. Because if you don't want to be here, like Kenny Pickett, if you don't want to be here, get the hell out. Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. And what's Tomlin's usual statement? We want volunteers, not hostages?
Yeah. So if it comes down to a situation where he misses games and the Steelers do trade him, I don't know. I don't honestly think any of that happens. But I could be wrong.
Now, I did not think that this would drag this far till almost game time, almost game day versus the Jets. But if it ever gets to a point that Heyward does miss games and they can't rework a deal, they can't get a deal done, I'm not opposed to trading away Heyward. I'm not.
No, me neither.
Because, I mean, you see the future investment with the defensive line. You've already drafted Benton 2 years ago. You drafted Harmon in the first round to be your ideal guy for the future. And, of course, Y.A. Black, who's just been a stud all summer.
And will be a starter come Sunday versus the Jets. There'll be a rotation, but I would imagine Y.A. Black would be the starter.
So you already see the vision. You already see, you know, who are going to be the group of guys to really take over whenever Heyward's actually done in his career.
It's just, it might be a situation where the Steelers are going to have to force that faster than they anticipated, much like Mason McCormick last year. I don't know if the Steelers had any envision in Mason McCormick starting, but because James Daniels got hurt and Spencer Anderson didn't pan out, they had to put McCormick out there. And, of course, Nate Herbig got hurt, so they had to throw him out there.
But you know what, McCormick, man, he held his own.
He did.
And now he's a starter.
And I like how young, I like the core that we have there that are ideally the future. You got Harmon and Benton as the 3 techs and Black playing the nose, or he can also play 3 tech if needed be. They have the bodies now. They don't have Heyward, or not Heyward, they don't have Harmon this Sunday, but for the future, they have the bodies, they have the plan. They've invested in the line a lot, and that's why they're trying to build for life after Heyward. That just might have to be more immediate than we anticipated. That might come to, I don't know how soon it might be, but it could be the first couple weeks of the season. I'm not saying the Steelers are going to trade Heyward. This is just my personal opinion. If he misses games, I think they should trade him. Because if he's going to miss games and the Steelers are not going to budge, you might as well trade him and get something out of him if you already know he's going to miss games. If Omar Khan is going to put his foot down and has a firm grip that he's not going to budge, he's not going to crack for Cam Heyward, and you know he's going to miss games, get something out of him. You might as well.
Better than nothing. This situation, man,
it sucks because
it's stupid.
Heyward
it's a stupid situation.
Heyward's had such a great career, and I don't know if it's going to come to an end, but it sucks that it's coming to this. And if it does eventually come to an end, an abrupt end, Heyward has no one to blame but himself. I get what he's saying. I get what he's trying to do. I understand his side of things. The thing is, we're about to start the season here. You signed the contract last year.
We're trying to start a journey, the stairway to 7 once again. This time, like, they are for real trying. They're for real all in. All the additions showcase that.
Believe it or not, yes, that is their mission. For a guy like Cam Heyward, and here he is, might not even play week 1. So, frankly, Cam Heyward, listen, appreciate everything, but if it comes to an end, adios, amigo. I hate to say that because he's been such a leader and a captain, but right now he's not acting like one.
I hope it doesn't get to that point. I hope he just shows up and plays. He's out there practicing just so that he's ready. Bro, just be ready, dude. Just go out there and play.
I agree.
Fulfill your contract. Fulfill to what you agreed with last year with the Steelers.
It's like
represent why you are a captain, dude.
I look back at James Harrison, right? And shout out to Harrison. He actually started a podcast with
Joe Hayden.
It's called Debo and Joe. Y'all should go subscribe because they're great. I've seen a couple of their early videos. They're great. It reminds me of James Harrison towards the tail end. In 2017, they drafted TJ Watt and wanted to play him and Bud over Harrison. And Debo, he's like, okay, I get it. In his mind, he thought these young cats aren't better than me yet, but I get what you're trying to do. Debo wanted to play. And they kept saying, okay, well, we're gonna give you playing time. We got something in mind for you. They never did. So Debo was like, bro, I want out. And a lot of people, a lot of fans, looked at Debo in disgust because he wanted out. Well, first of all, he signed with the Bengals in 2013, retired, came back, had another couple years. And then in 2017, he wanted out. He got out and signed with the Patriots of all teams, went to the Super Bowl, lost, but even still, people looked at Harrison in that regard and gave him a lot of disgust. I'm getting the same vibes of Cam Heyward. Now, I've forgiven Debo. Because I understand where he's coming from. At his age, he still thinks he can play. Let him play. The Steelers didn't do it. He wanted to play. He went to play elsewhere. So I forgave Debo. I understood Debo's situation at that moment. Heyward, though?
We've got 2 words for
Heyward, man, it's just, I'm getting the same feeling here where a lot of fans are going to turn on Heyward. I don't want to make it sound like they're turning on him. It's just they're going to view him differently than they did prior.
Many people, including us right here, I mean, we're just fed up with the situation.
And you also look at, I don't know if he's ever going to win the fans back, even if he does play, right? Let's say he signs a contract or he doesn't sign a contract but still plays. I don't know if fans are going to still look at him the same. Either way, it seems like he's tarnishing his Steeler legacy. And it sucks. It really sucks to see that. Shout out to Isaiah in the chat with 499. So let me get this straight. He goes at A-Rod for taking months to sign here just for him to turn around and do this.
Exactly.
Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. It's that simple. It is that simple. What are you doing? Do you want to play or do you not? What happened to the $130 million you made over your career? I know you're not broke. Your family's fine.
Just get out there and suit up, Heyward. Get out there and play. Get out there and ball, dude. Get out there and represent this team.
It sucks because
be a captain.
I didn't think we'd start off the podcast this way. I didn't think we'd start off week 1 this way, but here we are, man. Here we are.
It's drama that is just not necessary.
No.
Boswell's not even doing this shit.
No. Boswell has 2 years, like Heyward, 2 years under his contract left. He secretly, not secret no more, talked to the Steelers about an extension. You don't see Chris Boswell not playing.
No,
week
Boswell
1.
suited up in preseason games and kicked some extra points. Boswell's out there and playing, trying to earn that extra contract, earn that pay raise. Heyward, you could argue he's earned it. But there's a difference, bro. You're 36 years old.
They're not going to pay you $25 million. Now, they might cave in. Omar Khan might pay him. I just don't think it's, in the Steelers' mindset that they're going to pay a 36-year-old $25 million a year to play for how many more years?
It's not a smart business decision. If there's one thing that Omar Khan knows well how to do, it's business. Like, come on, dude. This is a cap wizard before he was the GM. He's not going to throw all this money at a 36-year-old defensive lineman who can still play at a high level, but at the same time, he said himself, he's not going to stay here forever. He can't play here forever. His time's dwindling.
So why should the Steelers cough it up? Is he still playing at a great level? Is he still playing at a potentially elite level like last year? He had a first-team All-Pro last year. Yeah, I get it. But how many more of those are we going to get out of Heyward? How much longer is he going to stay? Is it going to be like Calais Campbell where he plays till he's 40?
I don't know.
I don't envision him staying farther than what his current contract is, which is just 2 more years, this year and next year.
Again, I can't stress this enough. I'm appreciative of everything Cam Heyward does. I love Cam Heyward. I got the man's jersey.
Yeah.
But I am disappointed in this entire situation on how he's handled it from last year with his contract extension to what he signed to just where we're at now. Less than 48 hours away from the Jets game.
Jay, we don't know what Heyward's asking for. All he says he wants a pay raise. We don't know how much. That's between him and the Steelers to talk about. And they have talked about, and there's been no progress whatsoever. We don't know what he's asking for, but he wants a pay raise so he can have a good financial situation when he's done playing. He wants the rest of his contract to be jumped with a nice price tag. That way, when he's done, him and his family are sitting pretty.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
Isaiah with a 199, man. Boz earned his money. He be scoring most of our points. Yeah, he got 41 made field goals last year. 41. That's more field goals than the Steelers offense scored touchdowns.
Total, the Steelers had 35 total touchdowns. If there's anybody that's next in line for a contract extension as far as the Steelers go, Boswell's first in line.
I agree.
Sorry, Heyward, not you.
No.
It's Boz. That's the Heyward situation.
I don't want to make it sound like we're turning on Heyward. I know it sounds like it, but bro, you turned on the franchise. You turned on the fans, bro. You turned on them when the game is about to happen. It sure sounds like he's going to sit out if he doesn't get a contract. That's what it sounds like to me. What he said and how it came off, it's like, okay, if they pay me, I'm playing. I'm preparing as if I'm playing, and if there's still time to pay me between now and then, if they pay me, I'm playing. But if not, it sure as hell sounds like he won't play.
I guess we'll find out come Sunday afternoon before game time if he'll be a healthy scratch.